And we're live.
And we are live June 30th, about 3:30 p.m. UTC. Hello to all our Ethereans in the south of France. Hope you're enjoying yourselves.
Yeah, I hope you're having fun in Kane.
I saw that it seems like Arbitrum was getting front run yesterday ahead of some news, and the news was not what people expected. So the
Well, it's Robinhood, right?
it's Robinhood news, but I think people were making an assumption that Robinhood was going to like build directly on Arbitrum or use Arbitrum for settlement of some, like, I'm not sure what people thought, but Arbitrum ran up from, as you can see,
Yeah.
30 cents all the way up to 39. Came down a little bit, and then today Robinhood announces in Canes Con stock tokens, a layer 2 blockchain they're launching. It spans crypto suite in EU and US with perpetual futures and staking.
So they are building, it's like an L3 on Arbitrum, but they're calling it an L2. So look at the description.
Stock tokens, let's see. European customers will have access to 200 plus US stocks and ETF tokens. Stock token holders will also receive dividend payments directly into their app. Crypto is built by engineers for engineers and has not been accessible to most people. Blah, blah, blah.
They're launching on Arbitrum at first, the stock tokens, and then they will do their own L2, I guess, or an L3. I'm confused from the wording.
So they'll probably launch an Orbit chain.
Yeah, probably. And we can finally buy stocks on chain.
Boom. I want to find where the actual presentation was. I'd love to show some of that.
They're also doing some live stream that they announced to catch a token.
Catch a token?
Yeah, it's like to catch a predator. Look at the links I sent. It's the second one.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this up.
It's today, I guess, in 5 hours from now or something. Oh no, actually it's like right now, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Looks like they are streaming now. Looks like we're competing with the Robinhood stream.
Let me go back. If we can pull this up, here we go.
What are you checking?
Soon.
Oh, I wasn't showing it on stream.
So what this means, you could take your stock tokens off of Robinhood, control your keys, integrate
wow, that background,
and take advantage of all the amazing utilities that developers, including many of you here, are building. So this could mean collateralized lending and borrowing, swapping, really self-custody in its very pure form. Now, the beauty of this process is that it transfers pretty easily to any type of asset. So you can kind of circumscribe this part here And you could replace this US stockbroker with, say, an art broker or a real estate broker, swap out the appropriate market or exchange. Outside of the token stuff, everything is pretty fungible and interchangeable. So we look forward to expanding your trading options with the assets that you care about most. Pretty cool, huh?
Was looking backstage. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering what is this piece of critical technology, Vlad?
Oh, this thing. Yes, that is a hat, or as the French would call it, a beret.
Vlad, you know what I meant.
Ah, this thing here. Well, that would be the blockchain, in case you couldn't tell from my amazing sketch or blueprint, really. Right now, it's Arbitrum, but we've been working on something really special. And it's still a little bit early, but I think there's no better time to share it with you all.
Even more
right now.
special than Arbitrum?
Introducing the Robinhood chain.
This is the first blockchain optimized for real-world assets, from real estate to art to stocks, with the right technology and regulatory infrastructure needed to carry the entire traditional financial system on its back into the future.
And our goal with Stock Token on the Robinhood chain is that in the near future, you will be able to seamlessly transfer your assets in seconds. And your ability to trade will not be reliant on any individual broker or counterparty. So long as the blockchain is up and processing transaction, you will maintain access to your hard-earned access.
Very, very important. I feel that as the benefits of this technology become increasingly clear in the coming years, the pressure and incentive for more and more firms to adopt it will continue to grow. So we'll continue to work with regulators and bring the entire Robinhood ecosystem on-chain, starting with tokenized assets like stocks, perpetual futures, DeFi, of course, spot crypto trading. And from there, we're planning to open the doors much wider. So, and we've been talking to a lot of the developers in the room about this already. If you're interested in being one of our first developers, we would like to open the doors much wider, so please reach out to us.
And when Vlad says about opening the door much wider on our chain, there is one new asset that comes up a lot. So I want to pre-announce it now because I think it really fits the Robinhood mission. And that's private company stock. These are a massive wealth generator for a very small group of rich.
Are you hyped?
I'm hyped. No, I mean, I'm more interested in like what do they? I understand, like Robinhood wanting their own chain, right? But who are they wanting to come and build on their chain? Like, do they want to?
Real world assets, bro.
I'm just saying, like they.
Yeah, I don't know why not just do it on an existing chain.
I just mean like they are the product offering, right? Like they are going to offer perps, they're going to offer futures, they're going to offer options, they're going to offer swaps. So like, do they just want lending? Like what other DeFi are they looking for?
Maybe they don't want anyone else on their chain. They just want to have their chain.
Maybe they're looking for developers to come help build a suite of applications that are underneath the Robinhood name on their chain.
Maybe just to use their assets.
Because like it totally makes people conflate like blockchain to be something magic, but like you have to remember every company right now runs on their own database, and a blockchain is just a database, right?
Yeah.
So like it makes sense for companies to have their own blockchains, but what doesn't necessarily make sense to me is like the open invitation for like third-party apps to come build on your blockchain, because like what do you need them for, right? Like if you are an app that already, if you're a financial app that already offers all the financial tools that people are looking for, what apps are you looking to migrate?
Besides, and I wonder what kind of restrictions it's going to have for what you can
bridges
do.
And lending market, like money markets and bridges.
Yeah.
Who else would you need? Gaming? Do you want to expand to like other, kind of sectors? Sure, maybe I see that. But like, I'm lost at like where DeFi third-party DeFi fits in there. Maybe we find out. Let's see. What's this other thing you shared with me? Does that have to do with Robinhood also?
No, this is just some guy who founded some investment firm recommending people put 30% in crypto or 10% if you're conservative.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Did Arbitrum, like Arb dumped when he said Robinhood chain?
I know.
That's sad. Had a nice pump yesterday.
Traditional 60-40 allocation is dead. After 39 years in the field, I'm announcing for the first time the correct crypto allocation. Conservative investors should now have a 10% crypto allocation. Moderate clients should place 25%, and aggressive clients should allocate 40%. Owning crypto is no longer a speculative position. Failing to do so is passive.
Yeah, I like that sentence.
I totally agree with that. There's no logic to omitting an asset class that's outperformed all others for 15 consecutive years. Yes.
Yeah. I wonder what he means with crypto though. Like how far does he go
Whatever.
down the list on CoinGecko? You think it's just ETH and Bitcoin?
Hilarious. Do I think it's just what?
ETH and Bitcoin? Like how far down the list does he go for it to be with what he means with crypto? Maybe it's just Bitcoin.
The death. Oh, he's got a book.
Yeah.
An ebook.
The death of 60-40. No.
The full white paper here. Let's see. I don't necessarily disagree that like the 60-40 is dead, like in the traditional sense, because like there's now like arbitrage between crypto rate markets and traditional rate markets. You see often where people are referencing base rate in the traditional market and saying like it doesn't make sense to lend in crypto when you can just buy treasuries for this. So the other thing is when you start looking at some crypto in a sense as new age stocks, I've often compared like alts and shitcoins to penny stocks, because it is like you're invest like next to nothing and could easily hit 100x or lose everything.
Yeah.
So I like I very much see crypto as kind of like the new age, new generation version of stocks, or how to put it?
The Robinhood stock looks crazy on like since it launched.
Yeah.
Minus 90% and then back up to the same price.
Just straight reclaim.
Dude.
But yeah, I think that like I was trying to think of what I would say. It's like they're obviously not 1-to-1 with the stock, right? But like it is kind of like this new generation's version of like an entry level stock because it's accessible to anyone. There's no capital barrier to entry, or like, which I will say I'm not necessarily against. I think the accredited investor rules should be changed so that they can be more inclusive because I don't think that wealth or the amount of assets that you have determine necessarily how smart you are or how intelligent you would be with your money.
Yeah, how much risk you're gonna take.
We see like absolute brainlet retards running, 9-figure, 10-figure fucking funds and strategies, like
And also losing all their money.
losing all their yeah. So like I'm a firm believer that like the amount of money you have is not necessarily a depiction of your financial literacy, because age and experience also ties into that, as well
Mhm.
as your personal situation, like where you came from, what you were born with. A lot of these motherfuckers on Twitter who will be telling people, like, oh, if you've been here for 5 years and you only have X amount of money, just quit and shit. Like, dude, those guys are fucking trust fund babies.
Yeah.
Like, they came into the market with $500,000,
And they ended up
5 years
making
ago.
less than what Bitcoin gained.
Yeah, and they're like talking shit to the guy from fucking some country in Africa.
Started with $500.
Started with fucking $5.
Yeah, yeah.
Now has 60.
Hey,
hash.
some people started with zero. Like they started from an airdrop.
Yeah. I'm not one of those people. I think like this is a like sector of opportunity, and doesn't matter how many years you're here, at what pace you're doing it at. If you're making money, then who
Mhm.
fucking cares? If you want to compete, right, and like make it a competition against the guys who think they're the best at doing this, then like that's your thing. But if you just want to come and make money, you don't need to participate in anything else, right? Like you don't need to fucking go to the bars and go to the clubs. You can just go to the casino and go home.
Mhm. The casino. Be smart.
What else we got going on? I saw, we were talking about Ledger the other day and their new like security key. I saw also, if it wasn't later that day, it was the next day, they're ending support for Nano S, the first little USB one they had. I still have one of those actually.
Wow, like the one with the display that like fades out over time. I have a couple of those. One of them is so faded. Yeah, it's so faded that I can't even see what it says.
Yeah, they're discontinuing support for that. So they're urging people to upgrade their devices. That's one thing I fucking hate. Like I've always hated that about Mac. That's one thing I think that Windows has always had, or Windows devices always had over a Mac. Is like you were never forced to upgrade. I could fucking use Windows 7 probably still today. I haven't tried, but you could probably.
I mean, at least offline, like you should upgrade when the security updates stop coming, but you can use it forever, like just as a device.
Yeah. Whereas with Mac, like everything disables except like Safari.
Yeah.
Like you literally can't fucking use shit. Like none of the apps will work. I have an old iMac, and I remember when it wasn't even that old. It was like 5 or 6 years old, and shit stopped working. Like apps stopped upgrading, and I couldn't use the app because it wouldn't upgrade. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, why am I getting fucking locked out of my computer through like app incompatibility? It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Windows 10 launched 10 years ago, and it's still getting security updates. So
yeah, so it's like I have this love-hate with buying Apple computers, because like they are the UX that I like want from a computer. And I've tried a few different like Linux builds that kind of simulate it, and it's still just not the same. And I've tried to configure like a trackpad and my hotkeys to make a PC feel the way, and it just isn't
Mhm.
fucking the same.
Yeah, I switched. Like I've used Windows my entire life and a little bit of Linux, and I switched to Mac not that long ago, and like it's just a lot better in a lot of ways.
Dude, I was the biggest iPhone and Mac hater for a long time.
Yeah, same.
And then the first switch was to Mac, I think, and because my girlfriend at the time was still in school, so she was like, she would come over like between classes, and sometimes when she'd stay over, she'd be like working on her papers and stuff. And I started using her laptop like when she was over, and she had a MacBook Pro. And after I used the like gestures on the trackpad, I was like, holy shit, why do no other computers work this way? Why can I not just fucking swipe through pages
Yeah.
and pull things up with a
And
few
then,
fingers?
dude, when they do make it and they try to copy Mac, it ends up looking like sloppy, like half finished, like a
Yeah.
fucking bootleg feature. Like they did that on Android where you swipe up to change apps and it feels like so choppy compared to iPhone. Just feels unfinished. Like they didn't polish the animations.
Yeah, so I'm always like hating myself when I do it, because I know that I'm going to own the thing for at most 10 years, and then I can't take it apart. I can't change anything. I just have to get a new one.
Mhm.
And with your Windows shit, you just know that, okay, like after, 5 years, I'll replace this for just a couple $100. And then after another 5 years, I'll replace this. And like, you just slowly replace things, and it's never the upfront, like fucking $4,000 or 10 grand, some crazy fucking amount for the thing you want. We need a Windows developer to make us Windows 12 with gestures for trackpad.
Dude, I switched because Windows 11 was pissing me off too much. Like everything they changed about it is more retarded, and it bricked my laptop, and I had to reinstall it because the process of like repairing an installation is retarded and gets you stuck in a boot loop. Like I've worked in IT with Windows for like my entire life, and that just like that was the end. That was the last straw. I just bought a Mac. I can't like have my laptop bricking on me while traveling.
I saw this Open Router co-founded by the former OpenSea CTO Alex Atala, raised 40 mil by A16Z or Andreessen Horowitz, Menlo Ventures.
What is it?
They're an AI company,
Not a blockchain.
not
OpenSea blockchain.
AI infrastructure startup. Hopping on that train, getting that money while it's hot. Alex exited right when the NFTs were dying. Absolute dead. Saying they've rapidly scaled over 100 million in annualized inference spend, up from just 10 million in late 2024.
Mhm.
It's been early and it's to collaborate on OpenAI models like GPT 4.1. So we'll see where that goes. A lot of AI shit that raised that I just have not seen anything from. Like I remember, what was it, Ritual? I think was like the AI blockchain or something.
What did you say? Blockchain?
Ritual is like the blockchain for AI agents.
Oh. Fucking a blockchain of AI agent retards aping scams. Scamming each other.
Just scamming each other. Just agents trading against each other, scams, just fucking like literally just the trenches, but it's just
Yeah. Hello, sir. Let me propose that you buy this token. Wow, that sounds like a great idea. You are so cool for saying that.
How much of this should I buy? 1% sounds good. Oh, 1% of the total float supply? I will buy that right now. Thank you very much, sir.
That sounds like a great idea. You are so cool for saying that.
Yes.
And ChatGPT talks like that all the time. It's so annoying. That is such a good question to ask. You are
Thank
so smart.
much. Thank you so much for that question.
You are so smart today. You're such a good boy.
I don't got nothing else. For my Cayenne Appreciate Tours,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll save it for Wednesday. I think Wednesday I'm going to show the demo site. We're going to start getting all of you
Should
in.
be ready.
I mean, it is ready. It's just
Wednesday will be super ready.
I need to get this QA testing flow revamped, and we're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
All right.
hold on. I wonder if my senior is here.
Ooh. Let's see. Oh, interesting.
Oh, it's because I don't have. It's because I don't have funds. It's just showing that I have them.
Oh,
I'm like, why did that happen? Oh yeah, no money there. Yeah, buddy.
yeah, buddy.
What's that?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Starting to look very, very nice.
This is like low key one of my favorite parts of the UI. That like after you, even if I place these orders, right? If I go back, if I pull this up in my open orders, it'll list all of those, and then I can go and I can adjust these to change my strategy, and then submit, and boom, it's just done.
Nice. Can you click on the Cayenne logo? No, it doesn't do light mode anymore. How do you light mode?
Theme.
Oh, I see. You're melting. I love the loading when you click on a new tab.
But it's
crystal.
here. It's live. I have a very strange shaped screen, so don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. We'll be back Wednesday. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Adios, amigos.